And we are live. So, okay, we're live. We're live. We're live. Okay, okay. All right. Hold on, let me quit this. All right. So, let me put that down. Okay, we're good. All right. So, the main topic is the X-Men trailer because that's what I decided to use for the thumbnail. So, um, didn't like the trailer, man. I gotta be honest with you. Did not like the trailer.
Man, they should have chose different scenes to show because that whole trailer just gives you flashbacks of the Last Stand, and that is really, really not good.
No, it's not. There was one scene in the trailer that I really liked, and that was the. It's very small. You can barely even tell, but it was when Sophie Turner was talking about the power and like how it's like consuming her and whatnot, and then she kind of had like this weird look, and she's like, "Yeah, I like it." I was like, "Yeah, that's
Oh,
fucking evil as fuck, man. I like it." But like the rest, the thing to me is this movie just feels like a throwaway movie to me. Now, if Disney didn't buy Fox, I would be more excited for this movie. But since I know that this is pretty much the end, I have no stakes in it. Like I've been getting shit all day in the comment section, man. Like people are fucking bashing me. Oh man, if it ain't the MCU, man, get the fuck out of here, dude. It's
I
like,
saw those.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like, come on, dude. I fucking said I liked Apocalypse, man. You know how much shit I got for that, And just because I said I'm sorry, this feels like Last Stand, and it's something we've seen before, and this movie is meaningless in the end because if Disney wanted to, Disney could just dump this shit out. They don't care. They're not gonna make no money from this.
Yeah, that's true. But it's gonna be the ending, so at least you feel like, you got to see, I guess, everything
Yeah,
if they end it well. But one thing I was happy though is that in that trailer, Wolverine wasn't in there at all, was he?
well, he's not going to be.
Okay, well that's good because I saw a lot of Cyclops, and like I love Cyclops, so that made me happy to see.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman officially retired. There's not going to be any Wolverine in this one. I don't even think we're going to see even a cameo. Um, but yeah, it's just I don't know. To me, they should have ended with Days of Future Past. I think after that, after Days of Future Past, they should have just rebooted everything. But I don't know, dude. It didn't appeal to me all that much. I thought the very first trailer was better than the previous two.
One thing I also don't get, why do they always go straight to the Dark Phoenix? Like,
It's because I think like even people who aren't hardcore X Men fans know that the Phoenix storyline is a big storyline. So I
yeah,
think
but there was the Phoenix storyline and then the Dark Phoenix, wasn't it?
yeah,
Wasn't it like a progression?
yeah, it was kind of like an arc. It was like a two-part arc because the Phoenix and the Dark Phoenix are like two different types. That's the reason why you got the gray, her and the gray, or green and her and the
Green.
red. Yeah, actually, I just loaded up my Marvel Unlimited app today, and I was gonna start reading them, but I got busy reading something else. So I was like, yeah, I kind of can't read these, but I'll have them read before the movie comes out. But yeah, I don't know. And the trailer didn't make no sense. It's like she gets the Phoenix Force in space, which is the way she's supposed to get it, but yet
Yeah.
they show the Phoenix Force at the end of Apocalypse, which makes like no sense whatsoever.
I don't remember that since it's been a while since I've seen that movie. I probably just, blocked that out of my mind. But yeah.
There's a lot
But,
of that
yeah.
movie to try to block out, but and it's not much better for DC either. I heard today this might be my video for tomorrow, but I heard today that they might be shutting down the DC streaming service um,
Wow.
because they completely shut down production of the Swamp Thing show. It was supposed to be 13 episodes. They got done with 10, and WB was like, yeah, we're pulling the plug. We're just going to put out these 10 that we already have. We're not going to finish this because nobody's subscribing to it. And the thing is, it's funny because people say I'm a fucking hater, right? But I've been a subscriber to DC streaming service since day one. Since day one, I've been a subscriber to that. Yeah, people want to say that I'm the hater or whatnot, but to be honest with you, there's nothing on that damn streaming service worth the money. The shows suck. Titans suck. Doom Patrol was good for the first 2 episodes. Young Justice is good, but I mean that's what you're getting it for, just Young Justice. So
The only show on there that I knew of was Titans, and that's it.
that show fucking sucks. God, that fucking show sucks. It's god awful, man. It's like whoever wrote that. Well, I know who wrote it. It was Jeff Johns, but you can tell that motherfucker never wrote TV before. Like he doesn't even.
It's too bad. I really liked how Robin looked.
Robin looked good. Everybody else looked bad. But yeah, even Batman looked bad. He was running around with fucking hockey pads on, like fucking.
What the fuck?
Yeah, dude, he was. I don't. You seen Dark Knight, right?
Yeah, of course.
You remember the imitation Batmans that were running
Yeah,
around with hockey
at
pads?
the beginning.
That was what Batman looked like in the show. Like
Jesus.
identical to that. It was laughable. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Jesus Christ.
Now I kind of want to see this.
It's awful. He only shows up in the last episode of the season, and yeah, it's oh dude, and they know it's bad because they try to keep the camera angle far away, and it doesn't do any good because it still looks like fucking shit when they do close ups to him. And they fucked up Starfire, of course. That really pisses me off.
Horribly.
Like, how the fuck you fuck that up, man? So, yeah, we're just babbling, guys. You guys can start throwing in questions at any time. And, yeah. So, how far are you in the book, man?
Dude, I'm barely on chapter 2.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I told you, I'm reading it at work. I'm not going to be speeding through this book like you are. I like to take my time. Otherwise, if I read it too fast, I'm not going to remember anything. It's just the way I am with reading.
Chapter 2, man. I thought you were at least going to hit me with like, oh, I'm on chapter 10. I was like, damn, dude. Dude,
it's gonna take me a while.
Claudia Gray knocks it out of the park with this fucking thing, dude. Like she completely knocks it out of the park with this book. A lot of stuff. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but there's a lot of stuff that ties right in to the modern day trilogy, and I was like, yes, thank you. And yeah, I really liked it a lot. So hopefully I'm gonna try to finish it tonight. But
I saw you talking about the Palpatine stuff.
Yeah. The prophecies, they talk a lot about the prophecies in this book, and that's what I really enjoyed the most. But yeah, so what we got here? Let's see. Let's start getting some of these people's questions here. Oh, where's my mouse? Oh, there's my mouse. Danny Graham, what storyline would you do in the X-Men reboot? Also, who would you cast as Wolverine? I'm not doing casting today. No way. I never understood that. Like, why is everybody like, who would you cast to do this, this, and this? It's like, come on, guys. Like, I would have to research who I would want to play as certain people, and I'm not gonna. It's like 2 questions I can't stand to be asked more than anything is, hey, what's your top 10 favorite MCU movies? Or what's your top 10 this? It's like, you get me on the spot. I didn't have time to really think about it. Who should be cast for this? It's like, I'm not thinking about that. I can care less if they cast a fucking monkey's uncle to play Wolverine. Just cast some motherfuckers. Any actor will do. Just cast somebody. As long as it ain't fucking Danny DeVito playing Wolverine, I'm good. And
yeah. Rob would say Amber Heard for every female character.
I do. I really want to see Amber Heard as Jean Grey. But yeah, just I hate when people ask like who should play Wolverine or who should play this and who should play that. Like, who gives a fuck? Dude, I'm not a casting director. Hire anybody. I don't care. Like, I really do not give fucking shit. That's why I don't do casting videos like my casting theory. It's stupid because you spend so much time thinking of people who could play them, and then they cast complete opposite people, and then you just really waste your time and you look like a jackass, and I don't understand it. It's just like who would win, Goku or Superman? I hate that fucking question. I want to punch the shit out of anybody who asks that fucking question. It's such a fucking stupid question. Who would win, Superman or Goku? Who would win? It's a fucking stupid question. One, they are completely two different types of material. You have one that's DC Comics, one that's Japanese comics. They're completely different characters. Why would they ever fight? It's fucking stupid. It's stupid. Yes, even the dog realizes, Sophie realizes it's stupid.
Well, what about his first question? I think you might have forgotten about that.
Well, the story arc is pretty much. I feel like that same thing with the casting because Disney does their own thing. Like I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. Would I have ever in a million years go? You know, would have been awesome if they reboot it and they start with the Vulture storyline. It was like no, I never would have thought that. I would have went straight with Green Goblin or the Lizard or something like that. So I really don't get into that. I don't. I'd rather take what information I know and then go on the information that I know. Like, oh, we got Mysterio coming from far from home. Okay, so I'll take that information and then I'll elaborate on what I know is going to happen and go from there instead of speculating on, like, what should, how should the X-Men be brought in? I don't care. I do not care. I care more about Fantastic Four coming in right now than fucking X-Men. You know why? Because we still got an X-Men movie coming out in theaters. So I'm not going to speculate on a reboot coming out when we still have a chapter coming out for Fox. It doesn't make any sense. It's going to be at least 2 years before we get the X-Men in the MCU. So, yeah. Danny Graham, there. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. What's this guy? Demonic Scott? What do you think will happen in New Mutants? Oh my fucking god, dude. What's up with these questions? Like, I don't know, man. A character's gonna jack off. I don't know. What do you mean, what do I think is gonna happen in New Mutants? They're gonna be mutants, and they're gonna be new. That's what I think is gonna happen. You're gonna have new mutants. That's what I think is gonna happen. I don't know what the fuck is going to happen in New Mutants. How the fuck am I supposed to know? I'm not the writer for the goddamn movie. I don't work for Fox. Jesus, man. What else we got? You see any ones you want to ask?
Oh, man. I don't know which ones are going to set you off here.
I might be a little grumpy today since I spent like 6 hours reading, so...
Not seeing any questions yet.
Yeah, I only have a couple, and they're sort of like the same. Jordan wrote, guys, leave alone with these stupid characters regarding Fox characters. Stupid questions regarding Fox characters. Yeah, Walter, I don't think New Mutants will ever come out anyway, so as regardless. Hey, Rob, what do you think the storyline for New Mutants is going to be? I don't fucking know. Stop getting all emotional as fuck. How about I fucking block your sweet and sour chicken ass? Every mutant is connected to Xavier's Institute. Not really.
No.
Not by a long shot. I'm waiting on the Dark Phoenix Triple X version. I'm pretty sure if you go on Pornhub and type in Dark Phoenix, I'm pretty sure you'll find it right now. Oh, here's a good one. Daniel's thoughts on Disney Plus. Dude, I can't wait for it, man. I honestly can't.
I don't know why I wouldn't get it. Just I would not.
Fucking awesome, dude. One, we're getting all the Star Wars movies, all the Star Wars shows, all the Star Wars original shows. We're getting all the Marvel movies, all the Marvel original shows. So that's all my content on my channel right there. And
yeah, but all of that used to be on Netflix. Now you got to pay extra somewhere else.
Not all of it's on Netflix.
It used to be. Most of it used to be.
Netflix cycles in and out, right? This will constantly be on there forever. So the day the day Episode 9 comes out on DVD and Blu-ray at Walmart, it will be on Disney Plus that day. I don't have to wait 3 months for it to come on Netflix. It's going to be on Disney Plus that day.
Yeah, but you're gonna. I already know you, Rob. You're gonna pick that up on 4K or Blu-ray or whatever day one.
That's beside the point. That's beside the point of me wasting my money like an idiot. But That's because of collecting purposes. I have to, but I mean, first of all, November is going to be the greatest month of my life because we got Disney Plus coming out, and we have The Mandalorian coming out, which looks fucking awesome. We have the last season of the Clone Wars. Then we have like a few weeks after that, we got Star Wars Episode 9 coming out. So yeah, what, you never seen Star Wars? What the fuck is wrong with you, son? Daniel J, son, damn. Well, get Disney Plus for $6.99 a month and start binging. Start binging. Will you cancel DC streaming service when Disney Plus comes out? I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought about canceling that shit today. As soon as I saw the news, because the one thing I was looking forward to on the Disney Plus, or not Disney Plus, but the DC streaming service was Swamp Thing. And to find out that they canceled production, which means we're not going to get a season 2, and I'm just like, really? Really? That was the one show I was looking forward to. They canceled production of it, and they kept saying in April we're going to get this massive update which is going to put the entire DC comic library on the app. I check every day, and they have not done that. That is the one thing, other than Swamp Thing, that's making me want to keep it. Because I love Marvel Unlimited, I can just be like, oh, I wanna read Dark Phoenix, so I'll just go ahead on my Marvel Unlimited app and start reading all the Dark Phoenix. I want to do that with DC. I want to be like, oh, Aquaman 2's coming out. It's gonna be featuring Black Manta, so I'll go and I'll read all Black Manta comics, But they haven't done the update yet. So anyway, we got a super chat coming in.
I already know the answer to it. You don't even have to tell me.
How do you pronounce
By
the
a
name?
landslide.
How you
Chauncey Mayfield.
Chauncey Mayfield, right? You read it for me, dude. I can't read, dude. I've been reading all day. I'm tired.
Hypothetically, if you were to die tomorrow, which movie would you choose to see between Endgame or Episode 9? It's not even close.
Fuck me in the ass.
Rob, it's not even close. You know it. No, I know what you're going to say.
Well, the thing was, okay, if I haven't seen that trailer, if I didn't see the trailer, I would have been Endgame. I would have been like, I'm more excited to go see Endgame. Because it's true, I was more excited to see Endgame. And then Star Wars Celebration hit. And then I started getting in the Star Wars feelings again. Right? and what I mean by Star Wars feelings is like, I started capturing the magic again, right? Like, I yesterday, I got my book. I bought the book, Master and Apprentice, right? And I read one chapter, and then I immediately went and watched Phantom Menace. And then today, I started reading some more. I only got 100 pages left, okay? Like, I'm breezing through this fucking book. And I was like, man, you know what the fuck I want to do right now? I want to fucking watch Revenge of the Sith. So I fucking stopped and started watching Revenge of the Sith. But, dude.
Rob, I love how I can just, in your stream, I see your eyes. You go from like this grumpy mood. All of a sudden, you start talking about Star Wars. I can just see the happiness in your eyes right now.
But see, the thing is, I'm just as excited for Endgame. But, I think the reason why I'm more excited for Star Wars, besides me being a massive Star Wars fan, is I think because I know how Endgame is gonna end. Like pretty much, I hate to say this, but pretty much every MCU movie kind of follows the same formula. And by me covering it every single day, I kind of know that, well, the Avengers are going to meet up with Thanos. They're going to fight him, steal the gauntlet. They're going to go and, try to reverse time or something, and some characters are going to die. Whereas in Episode 9, I have no fucking idea what's going to happen. Like, what the fuck? The Rise of Skywalker? What the fuck does that even mean? Like the trailer's been out for a week now, and I still don't know what the fuck that trailer means. And Palpatine's coming back. Palpatine is not immortal. Read the prophecy, motherfucker. Read the prophecy.
Rob, I wanted to ask you, didn't you say in your car vlog when you watched the trailer that it was going to be called The Gift of the Force or something like that?
Wills of the Force.
The Will of the Force. What happened to that name?
That was leaked the day before. Apparently, someone took a picture of a poster that said Will of the Force, and they claimed that they were at Celebration, so everybody thought that was going to be the title. And I was like, all right, that kind of makes sense because, George Lucas always talked about the wills and whatnot. So I was like, all right, that makes sense. And then the next day came out, and it was like The Rise of Skywalker. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? And actually, if someone gave me, if someone gave me The Wheels of the Force and The Rise of Skywalker, said, which one of these do you think is fake? I would automatically assume The Rise of Skywalker was a fake title because it sounds like someone with Down syndrome. And I apologize for anyone has Down syndrome, but it sounds like someone who has Down syndrome that lives in their mom's basement came up with that title. Well, one thing I'm gonna call The Rise of Skywalker. It's like, what? What the hell does that mean? Oh my god! I was watching Collider today, and it was so funny how Christian Harloff was like, "Yep, everything Rian Johnson did." J.J. Abrams was like, "Well, we're fucking changing that. We're going back to the way it was." It was like Kylo smashed his helmet. Oh, we're gonna glue it back together. Oh, we destroyed the lightsaber. Oh, we're gonna glue it back together. It's like, they're not even trying to hide the fact that they're reversing everything that happened in Episode 8, which sucks. I really love Episode 8. I think it's my second favorite Star Wars film.
I like Episode 8. I just don't get how you like it that much.
I like the meaning behind it. I like it because I love Force Awakens. Love that movie to death. And I hate everybody who says it's a repeat. Yes, it follows similar tones, but it's completely different in its own right. But Episode 8 was completely... Episode 8 feels like an end of a trilogy rather than the middle of a trilogy. And I like how Kylo's like, let the past die, kill it if you have to, forget the Sith, forget the Jedi, forget Skywalker, forget Snoke, like, fuck everybody, let the past die. And I like the fact that they made Luke not a superhero. Because people want to talk about Mary Sue. Sorry, Luke Skywalker was a Mary fucking Sue in the original trilogy. Never once, even when he got his hand cut off, never once did you ever feel like this guy was in trouble. Well, like, never once. Even when he was being fucking fried like an egg by Palpatine, you never felt like Luke was gonna die. So everybody wants to go, oh, Mary Sue, raise a Mary Sue. It's like, fucking Luke was a Mary Sue too. Okay? And I like how Rian Johnson made Luke Skywalker relatable. It's like, this was a guy who saw, Vader and Emperor and whatnot, and he saw his nephew starting to turn to the dark side, and he had one moment of weakness, and the backlash ruined everything, and I just like the whole theme behind it, especially like the Yoda Luke scene gets me every fucking time it gets me. Man, sucks. I can't do live sessions anymore. Well, we got Daniel with a super chat coming in from the super chat. Crackle.
Ain't he the one that never saw Star Wars?
Yeah, I think so. That's okay. He threw it a super chat. I'll forgive him. Man, we only got 39 people watching. Wow, what happened to the 100 and something like we usually get people? You know what happened was we started talking about Star Wars. I guarantee if the title of the stream was like Avengers Endgame, the best movie of all time, we would definitely have like more views. Anyway, how will what?
I think he means how well.
How well do you think Disney Plus can compete against WB, Apple TV, and Netflix? Well, I already think it's gonna kick WB and Apple's ass. Netflix is gonna be a hard thing because Netflix has like 100 million active subscribers monthly, and but the thing is, Disney Plus is coming in at $6.99 a month. $6.99 a month, man. You spend that on a fucking hamburger. So, and like I said, you're gonna get Mandalorian. You're gonna get Clone Wars, the MCU shows, all the movies, and all that stuff. We will know more within the first year. I think it's easy to say the DC streaming service is a botch. It's only been out 6 months, and already the user base is low. People are just pirating episodes of Titans and stuff because they don't want to pay for the DC streaming service, and that's kind of sad. So we'll have to wait in a year to see how it goes, Daniel. But thank you so much for that super chat, my friend. I'm in here enjoying it. That's right. Enjoy it. This dude wrote Warner streaming service is going to kick Disney Plus's ass. Yeah, Yeah, just like Batman v Superman kicked Civil War's ass. Remember back in the day when those movies were supposed to be released the same weekend? Which movie ended up moving its release date? Yeah, yeah. You keep dreaming that, buddy. You keep dreaming that little dream. Warner will not do crap against Disney Plus. That is 100% fact.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, because it's obvious. It's just obvious.
Yeah, because they already announced like all the Fox stuff that's gonna be on Disney Plus. You're gonna get like every episode of The Simpsons, like everything, dude. That's why they bought Fox. Like people keep thinking they bought Fox just to get X-Men and Fantastic Four. That's not true. That was just kind of a bonus for us nerds. But they bought it to get all those IPs for their streaming service. I'm gonna have to like call in from work, man, when The Mandalorian comes out. I'm like, oh, Mandalorian coming out. Well, I'm not gonna be at work for a couple days, guys. I heard they're gonna dump it all on the same day like Netflix does, because right now DC streaming service they space it out weekly, so you don't get all of Titans and stuff in one binge session. You have to wait weekly to make people keep being a subscriber to it. Where Disney Plus is gonna be like, oh, here's all Mandalorian. So if they do that, man, it's gonna be great. I don't know if they're gonna have the Michael Jackson episode. I'm pretty sure they will. I don't want to talk about Michael Jackson. Bad enough me and Adam almost got over a fist fight over that. So.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah. Because there's this documentary on HBO.
I know the documentary. I know.
Yeah, and Adam Adam is a big Michael Jackson fan, and when the trailer came on during the Oscars, he was like, "Man, it's fucking bullshit. They just lying and shit." And I looked at him like, "Adam, did you see the documentary?" He was like, "Man, it's fucking bullshit." I'm like, "Adam, did you see the documentary?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Just shut the fuck up about it." I'm like, "Don't sit there and criticize something unless you've seen the documentary." So I guess he watched it and he's like, "Man, they're fucking lying and all this." I'm like, "Dude, these fucking people are stupid, man. People are fucking stupid." Okay, whether or not and well, this is completely different off topic than where we're going, but I'm just gonna say
way off.
I'm just gonna say this as the topic came up, but whether or not Michael Jackson molested children or not, I don't know. That is not me to say yes he did or no he didn't. I do not know. I don't want to know. I don't care. But regardless if he molested him or not, it's still fucking weird to have a grown man with little kids in his bed. Okay? That much is fact. Whether he molested him or not, that's something different. Okay? It's still fucking weird. If any other person today would have a fucking little kid in their bed with them, they'd be answering questions in jail, So, yeah, I'm sorry if you, beat it, but he was beating something else, if you know what I mean. What we got here? So, let's
back to comic book related stuff.
Yeah, comic book and Star Wars related stuff. Nobody's writing questions. People are just comments. Where's all the questions at, people? We're 30 minutes in. We barely had any questions so far. What's going on with that?
Well, I think they're scared you're going to yell at them again.
I'm not going to yell if it's not stupid. Hey. Here's one. He has capital letters, so I think he really means it. Father. Well, hey, man, you do you. Yo, I love how you keep it real, bro. You good in my hood. Your show is the best. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I wish more people thought the way you did. Majority of people just really hate me. So, but thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, dude. Here. Totally. Until we get some questions, I want to bring this up. So I wake up this morning, and I get people sending me these weird text messages on Facebook and Twitter. So this one guy writes me, right? He's like, "Who's Anakin's father?" Right, so I ignore it and I just go back to sleep, right? So I wake up, right, thinking it was a dream. I look at my phone and I'm like, no, it's still there. Who's Anakin's father? So I write back to the guy. I wrote, "The Force." And then I leave it alone. Dude writes me back later, like, what the fuck you write? I didn't even look at it. I'm just trying to ignore it, to be honest with you. But let's see what he wrote back. This
He's
guy
probably one of
named
those.
his name is VJ. He wrote, "What's the best order to watch all the Star Wars movies?" And I just didn't answer. If you're watching, which I doubt you are, the order in which they were released. That's my answer anyway. I wouldn't watch episodes 1 through 3 because then it kind of ruins 4 and 5 and 6. So I would watch 4, 5, 6, then 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 8, and 9. And then you can go back and watch the spinoff stuff if you want. But Demonic Scott, Damianic, whatever Scott. What Star Wars games have you played? All of them.
No, you haven't.
No, not all of them. Pretty much all of them. Pretty much all of them. I'm just gonna leave that.
Just leave it at that. Pretty much all of them.
Walter's like Palpatine's Anakin's father. Not really. If anything, if you go by what we know from Revenge of the Sith and other canon material, if anything, Darth Plagueis is Anakin's father. He's the one that used the midichlorians to create life, which was Anakin. So, but that's neither here nor there. Do you think Jubilee is going to be in Dark Phoenix? If she is, she's going to be in there for 5 seconds like they do Jubilee in every goddamn movie.
Yes.
There's been like 8 actresses playing Jubilee.
Yeah, I don't get it. I like Jubilee a lot, too.
I bet you $100 when Disney takes over, Jubilee will be front and center. You know why? Because that's a character.
She's Asian.
Well, one, she's Asian, so that's going to capture the Asian market. She's a girl, that's going to capture the SJW market. And 3, she hasn't been used prominently in the, like, basically, if you don't know who Jubilee is and you go see these X-Men movies, you would never even knew Jubilee was in the movie unless you were looking for her. So that's basically like an unused character that they can go with. So, yeah.
I think she was in a deleted scene in both X1 and X2.
She's in X1. At the desk. You can see her at the desk. She has like the yellow coat on and stuff.
No, that's a deleted scene, I think.
No, it's in the actual movie. There was a deleted scene in X2 when they were getting all the students. She was in that deleted scene.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And then she was also in a deleted scene. I don't know if it was a deleted scene or an actual scene in X-Men Origins. She was in Apocalypse. But like I said, they barely use her. So, and there's been like different actors every time playing her. So it doesn't really matter. Where we going? Where are we going? Here we go. Danny Graham, do you think that the importance of Luke Skywalker's lightsaber could be that he was the last Grand Master? What the fuck does that even mean? Grand Master of what, man? Grand Master of what? What the fuck?
Man, this is reminding me of John.
What the fuck is a Grand Master? There is no Jedi Grand Master. What? Grand Master what? Kung Fu Chicken? And his lightsaber would be cool to have or possibly a trophy kind of like Grievous did. Danny Graham, I love you. You support me with super chats. But that is the most asinine comment I have ever seen. Grand Master of what? There is no Jedi Grand Master right now in canon that I know of. You have your Padawans, your Jedi Knights, your Jedi Masters. That's it. That's all you have. There is no Grand Master. I love how people say white Jedi and gray Jedi. There are no white and gray Jedi in canon. Okay? So and Luke wasn't a Grand Master. He allowed his students to get massacred by Kylo Ren. Does that sound like a Grand Master to you? Does that sound like a Grand Master? You know? He went camping on Octu. You know? Sleeping with porgs. Does that sound like a Grand Master? Was he a Grand Master of porgs? So, and his lightsaber means absolutely shit. Means absolutely shit. He didn't give 2 shits about that lightsaber. He didn't. That lightsaber is meaningless. How come J.J. Abrams has a hard-on for that lightsaber? I don't fucking know. Rian Johnson's like, fuck this lightsaber. I'm going to split it in half and get rid of it. And J.J.'s like, no, I'm putting a Band-Aid on that bitch. It's coming back. It's like, it's not even the best lightsaber in Star Wars canon. It's not even that good. It's like I mean I own a replica of it, but that's because I'm a fucking nerd. But his green lightsaber is far superior, and I'd rather have seen Rey build her own because now she has no passage of being a Jedi. You know, every Jedi builds their lightsaber as a step of passage to becoming a Jedi. You know, I mean Luke built his own lightsaber in a fucking cave. And now, basically, Rey's like, oh, I'm going to put a Band-Aid on it, you know? It doesn't make no goddamn sense. I hate that stupid fucking, oh my god. I kind of wish Kylo just fucking took that lightsaber and threw it out in the fucking space and just like, get this fucking thing out of here, this fucking stupid-ass lightsaber. It doesn't, I never seen a prop that means nothing, yet they continue to kind of just show it. It's pointless, man. I'd rather have Rey with a double-bladed lightsaber than see fucking Luke's lightsaber again. Fuck that shit, man.
Man, Rob, you're making me want to watch episode 8 just to see him destroy the lightsaber.
Dude, I'm going to start. Like, next time I watch episode 8, I'm going to sit there with popcorn and put that bitch in slow-mo right when that shit about to get destroyed. I'm like, destroy that shit. Like, I mean, but it's true, though, man. Like, one... That's not even Anakin's original lightsaber. His original one was destroyed in episode 2. Secondly, Anakin didn't want his son to have it because Anakin didn't know he had a son. 3, it was lost in Bespin, and Luke built another one. I mean, like, even the creators of the show or the movies don't even like the lightsaber. Like George Lucas is like, get rid of this fucking lightsaber. We don't want it, you know? And then Rian Johnson's like, let's destroy this fucking lightsaber. We don't want it. Yet J.J. Abrams just keeps bringing the shit back. It's like the flu, man. It just keeps coming back. God. Do you like that lightsaber?
It's not my favorite. Very far from it. I mean, to be honest, like, I wouldn't even think about it.
Oh, dude. But the one thing I will say, and not about this lightsaber, but lightsabers in general, when Galaxy Edge opens up in Disney, there's going to be a lightsaber shop. Just like at the Harry Potter land, they have a wand shop, they're going to have a lightsaber shop. And every lightsaber is going to have the hilt with the detachable blade, and the hilt is going to be in this fancy box with the logo of, or the insignia of whoever it belonged to. And they have Ahsoka's double-bladed lightsabers. So that's the first fucking thing I'm getting. A cockroach. Oh, you deleted it. Why'd you delete it, Conwo? He wrote, it's a cockroach that won't go away or something. Dude, like seriously, like... That fucking lightsaber is almost like Captain Phasma. It's like you keep trying to get rid of it, but the bitch keeps coming back. Captain Phasma, talk about a fucking useless fucking character. But she was still used better in episode 8 than she was in episode 7. Episode 7, she was just fucking trash, dude. Thank you. That's what I'm saying, like, Clarissa.
Boba Fett overall.
Clarissa, that's what I'm saying. Forget the past. Kill it if you have to. I think she was better than Boba Fett. Did you say
way
she was
better?
Yeah, because Boba Fett went out like a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Just stood there and then he died.
Yeah. Stallone. Aaron Paul should replace Ezra Miller? Are you fucking... Aaron Paul's like 50 years old, son. You want that to be your Flash? Now I know why DC's failing. They should have named episode 9 Return of Luke's Lightsaber. Very true. Very true. Very true. I mean, does it not piss off anybody that, like, Rey's just chilling in this cantina. Next thing you know, this lightsaber starts calling out to her, and then she touches it, and she gets these visions, and then Maz Kanata's like, that was Luke's father's lightsaber, and then his, and it calls to you.
Yeah, I did not like that.
And then it's like, Han's like, where the fuck you get that? She's like, I'll tell you later. And then Han dies, conveniently, never to bring up that plot again.
Yeah, that was so weird and kind of cheesy.
No, like it was like the Force Vision itself, I liked, because like if the lightsaber called to her or whatnot, I like the idea if they make her a Skywalker in some way, because then it would make sense. But why would the lightsaber call to anybody? That doesn't make any sense. Lightsaber, the kyber crystal maybe, but kyber crystals go to each individual Jedi. But it doesn't make any sense why an object would call to somebody. It's a fucking object that's been floating in space trash for like 30 fucking years. I thought Luke was her dad. I'm hoping she's either Luke's daughter, which I guarantee that's not happening now thanks to Ryan Johnson, or Leia's daughter or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I talked about the Swamp Thing a little bit earlier. I'm a little pissed off. I'm actually thinking about canceling my DCE or my DC Universe thing. So, yeah, I don't know. I got to see how it goes. But, yeah, it's like, because they never followed it up with anything. You know what I mean? We got Daniel with a super chat. Episode 9, Rise of the Lightsaber. Rise of the Lightsaber. I should go get my replica one out just to fuck with it. But I'll probably look at it and get pissed off and throw it out the fucking window. Like, fuck this fucking thing. But I watched this show on Collider called Rule of Two. And every week they just have a topic and they just bullshit about Star Wars. And they ramble for like an hour. It's like, there's no actual format. They just kind of ramble about Star Wars for an hour. And the one guy, Fernandez, is like, this whole lightsaber thing doesn't make any sense. He's like, when Luke got his hand cut off, the lightsaber fell down that hole, and there's gravity on the planet, so it wouldn't have fallen into the ground or the trash or whatever was underneath them. Like, how the fuck did it end up floating in space? How did Maz Kanata end up getting it and putting it in a box for like 30 years? Oh, man. Bring back Mace Windu?
What for?
If I'll tell you one thing. If Disney would come out and said, hey, we are doing a series, not a movie, but a series with Sam Jackson as Mace Windu, and it takes place after the events of Revenge of the Sith, that he survived and he's on the run, I would watch that. But I would only watch it if it's a sequel to the story. If it's a prequel, I don't care. I don't care because I know he's going to die. I don't care about what happened to Mace Windu beforehand. I want to see Mace Windu afterward. Just like Boba Fett. I don't hate Boba Fett, but I'm not a big fan of him. But if they would do something like Boba Fett crawling out of the Sarlacc pit, I would be down with a series for that or a book or something. But if it's him as a kid or before Return of the Jedi, who cares? Because I know what his fate's going to be. So, but remember the other day we were talking about lightsaber colors?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the book.
Really?
Yep.
About what? Purple and yellow?
Yeah. There's these couple of scavengers that are trying to find kyber crystals. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but they come across Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, and they were like, and they kind of ask them about the colors, and Obi-Wan's like, well, green and blue are the two most popular colors. He's like, but there have been times where we came across purple ones, and then of course dark people have red ones. So they did make purple kind of make sense, so more than just one person can have it. So, but just like I said, once they make contact with the Jedi, that's when the color changes to them. I'm really hoping they bring back yellow. I want yellow.
Yeah, yellow was my favorite too.
I mean, white is canon too right now, but I want to see yellow. I really liked white too. Come on, guys. You guys got to ask some questions, son. We got to get this going up in here, man. I'm trying to see if anybody wrote anything. Clarissa writes, question. How do I ask a question and have you answer them? Well, just the way you
like
did
that?
it. Yeah, just like that. but like I said, though, I give everybody super chat priority. So, like, I'll be reading a question. If I get a super chat, I'm automatically going to go to that super chat. So, yeah, because since they pay, they get, first dibs on that stuff. So, yeah. Rob, did you get spoiled for Endgame? Nope, I'm avoiding spoilers like the plague. I don't know why everybody's like, oh man, spoilers, spoilers. Like, you actively have to be looking for them because I'm on the internet all day and I don't see anything. Are you pumped for Old Republic? Well, like I said, that's just a rumor. That's not been confirmed yet. But I'm hoping. I mean, you're getting the two best guys in the world to do it. So,
Clarissa says he asked this question 3 times. I guess we missed it.
yeah, I must have.
The chat moves too fast.
Yeah, when there's this many people on, when I have over 100, dude, it's moving a lot faster. But yeah, do the Cinemax show Warrior as Namor. What? Dude from the Cinemax show Warrior as Namor. I don't even know who that is. I gotta go look it up. Top X-Men movies ranked. What are they? Apparently, you weren't paying attention when I said questions that I hate is casting people and ranking stuff. I don't like those questions. So, I'm not ranking shit. I'll just say Days of Future Past is my favorite. So, that's what I'll say.
I still think First Class was better.
I love First Class. That's my second favorite. Everybody's like X-Men 1 and X-Men 2. I'm like, those movies haven't aged that well.
No. I mean, I don't even like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, but I think the Spider-Man movies age better than the X-Men movies.
Yeah. I what was it? A couple, maybe like last year or the year before, I went back and rewatched X-Men 2, and I was like, I can't do this, man. I just can't do it.
Dude, I did the same thing. I had bought because at Walmart they had like the X-Men trilogy for like $15 or some shit.
Yeah.
And I bought it and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch all 3 of these. I fucking finished 1 and 2, and then I was like, man, do I really want to watch 3? And I never watched it.
I don't blame you, dude. I actually think X-Men 1 aged the worst because when it came out, it was already a pretty slow-paced movie. And then when you watch it now, it's like really slow. It's like,
yeah, and the thing is, X-Men 1 kind of feels like it didn't know what it wanted to be, whereas X-Men 2, they knew they wanted to make it a Wolverine movie, and it pretty much was a Wolverine movie.
Yeah. And also for me, I this is just my personal taste, but I find James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender better as Magneto and Professor X than
Ian McKellen, I think.
Yeah, and Stewart. Just Patrick Stewart. Yeah, just my thoughts. And just to me, I find McAvoy and Fassbender's chemistry better. They feel more like friends that keep being separated by the deals, where I can't buy the friendship between Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen. I just can't buy the friendship. These look like two old guys that are still pissed off about a chess game. But I mean, that's just my personal, man. I mean, that's just me. I'm not saying anybody got to agree with me.
I just don't get why they had them so old. Like, Jesus.
Right? Like they had Ian McKellen out like fucking like 90 years old. Fucking Gandalf coming out fucking ancient as Magneto. Like, damn, dude. You guys, you're supposed to start young with your franchise, not start already old, man. Shit. Oh, what we got here? Certain vids. Are you mega hyped for Dark Phoenix? Sarcastic accent. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I already fucking pre-ordered my ticket, man.
Did you watch his video?
Yeah, did you watch my video? I was like, nah, man.
Did you read his comments in that video?
Dude, I got so tore up. I don't get it. Like, because from what I understand, I thought everybody kind of felt the same way about that movie. And then I look at it and, like, everybody's just ripping me to shreds. And I was like, man, I thought everybody wasn't looking forward to this thing.
It was the same case for Venom, too.
Yeah. Which is, I still can't fathom why people like that movie. It's like, people are like, yeah, I liked Venom. And I'm like, what did you like about it? Like, really, dude? Like, what did you like about it? Like, all my personal friends I talked to all just hated that fucking movie. Fucking Carnage coming out looking like Bozo the Clown, dude. I'm like, Jesus, man. You have a fucking great actor like Woody Harrelson. You're going to put a Bozo the Clown wig on him. Why? Doesn't make any sense to me. Can we get back to Star Wars talking, guys? Have you ever?
A lot of them seem to be talking about Spider-Man.
Yes, I did watch the video, which is why I asked. Okay, I'll give you props for that, certain. Have you ever heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? All right, here's Clarissa. I just seen her pop up or him pop up. So let's see if I can get it. Oh no, now she's talking to somebody else. At Stallone fan. So yeah. So I finally seen you pop up, and I went to go answer your question, and it wasn't a question. So Ed Norton or Mark Ruffalo? I'm more of an Ed Norton fan, but at this point, I kind of go Mark Ruffalo just because he kind of made that character his own at this point. Venom sucks donkey nuts. I will show that. Dude, where's all my main guys in here, man? I had like what, 2 super chats tonight? Like, where's all my main people? See, I have to stream around midnight, otherwise nobody gets on. I wanted to get back to reading, man. That's all. Star Wars Fallen Order. What's your thoughts?
What is that?
You don't know what that is?
I think you told me about this the other day too.
Yeah, it's that giant fucking RPG game that takes place after
Order
Order
66. Right. Yes, right.
Fucking
yes.
Can't wait for that fucking game, dude. I'm gonna fucking bust my nut on that motherfucker when that comes out. I'm like, Jedi Fallen. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then they got Second Sister in there as one of the main villains. I'm like, fuck yes, man. Give me Second Sister. Venom, huh?
I was just gonna say, if that game is like The Force Unleashed, but it has more RPG elements, like Knights of the Old Republic, oh man, that'll be the best Star Wars game ever.
From what I've seen, because they only showed us a story trailer, we didn't get gameplay trailer, but I did watch the whole hour panel and listen to them talking. It sounds like it's gonna be leaning more toward Knights of the Old Republic in terms of gameplay and the way the game is played, rather than. Because you know how Force Unleashed is like, you know, you go by levels, right? Like you beat level 1, you beat level 2. This ain't gonna be
chapters.
levels. Yeah, this ain't gonna be levels. This is gonna be an open world sandbox. You know, like the Old Republic games. So, dude, I can't wait. They said they've been working on this game for years, man. Years. Can't wait for it.
It'll probably be more like Mass Effect than it would Knights of the Old Republic, because Knights of the Old Republic goes on a dice roll gameplay system, which I don't think is going to work in today's.
Yeah. Just in terms of like the leveling up and stuff, it's not going to have like the same attack mechanics or whatnot.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think it's going to be more like a Mass Effect as well. I heard someone compare it to Red Dead Redemption. So
I never played those, so I can't say.
I played it. It's just like an open world RPG type thing. Nowadays it's very common. So what we got here? What we got?
I kind of just want to tell these guys we're not going to talk about Stan Lee.
No, I'm not gonna talk about Mr. Stan. Oh, we got JD coming in with a super chat. Will MCU films still make billions after Endgame? I think the general public will see as a finale and be burnt out on the MCU stuff after Endgame. Well, thanks, JD, for the super chat. I appreciate it, and I can kind of see from your perspective that. But I definitely think Black Panther 2 is gonna hit $1 billion. I don't see Spider-Man Far From Home hitting $1 billion, but I could be wrong on that. But yeah, I can kind of see they're gonna go into more small movies that I think will hit between 700 and 800 million. But whenever Avengers 5 comes out, that's gonna hit $1 billion. And as we get closer to Avengers 5, those movies will start hitting billions again. So yeah, but you don't really know, right? Because like I wouldn't predict that Captain Marvel was gonna make $1 billion, and it did. So it really depends on what it's leading up to. Because even if Endgame is kind of the end of that saga, they're just gonna lead into another saga. I guarantee you, whenever they put out X-Men, it'll be the first X-Men movie to ever hit $1 billion. Guarantee you that shit real quick. They're going to have Galactus coming out for Fantastic Four, man. Galactus going to fuck up the Avengers, dude. Guarantee you, man. It's going to be awesome. Spider-Man is a Mary Sue? Dude, are you a fucking retard? Well, anyway.
You got a question about Palpatine earlier if you want to answer it.
Go ahead and read it. Thanks, JD, for the super chat. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Danny Graham says, "Do you think Palpatine will introduce a new apprentice, or will he try to see if Rey or Kylo is the strongest, and then make one of them his new apprentice?"
I think he's gonna go after Rey, and the reason for it is I think Palpatine is gonna be connected to Rey somehow.
I have that feeling too, and I can't explain why. But
I think we're gonna find out that Kylo was just a puppet this entire
yeah, like a
time.
catalyst. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
like he was just being used the entire time, you know. And I think that's what's gonna happen. And I think Palpatine is connected to Rey somehow. Some people are saying that Rey is a clone of Palpatine. I'm not gonna go that far. Or she's the resurrection of Palpatine. I'm not gonna go that far. I mean, anything's possible, I suppose. But just knowing that Palpatine had an observatory on Jakku and Rey was on Jakku, um, and plus the whole thing about why is Rey so strong, that would explain why Rey is so strong, is if she's attached to Palpatine in some way. So, yeah, no, Rey is not the new Anakin. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. That doesn't make any sense. How is she gonna be the new Anakin? That doesn't make any sense, man. Just like people are like, oh, she's the clone of Luke Skywalker. I don't buy that either. I don't know what they're gonna do. Rey's a clone. She could be a clone. I just don't. I can't find no theories backing that up, man. Well, Battlefront 2 puts a lot of emphasis on Jakku because the novels put a lot of emphasis on Jakku. Lost Stars talks about the final battle of Jakku. The Chuck Wendig's, dude, I preach Chuck Wendig's novels like they're the Bible. I'm like, you gotta read Chuck Wendig's novel because shit goes down on Jakku, man. Shit goes down on Jakku, and Yoop to Shu is running around the galaxy, you know, getting all these kids and trying to bring them over to the dark side. And he calls them the Acolytes of Beyond. And there's an observatory on Jakku that has Sith artifacts and stuff on it. So there's shit on Jakku, and there's a reason why Rey's on Jakku. So, yeah. I preached Aftermath like it's the Bible. Read it, people. Read it. Are you more of an MCU fan or Star Wars fan? I'm a Star Wars fan through and through.
You know, it's funny. I never considered myself that big of a Star Wars fan, but if we're talking MCU, Star Wars all day, leaps and bounds.
I love the MCU, but everybody's got to remember the MCU is only 10 years old. I've been a Star Wars fan since I was like 4. You know? I'm 35. I've been a Star Wars fan, you know, 95% of my life, 96% of my life, you know. And to me, like you can get into the meaning of Star Wars and talk about all these different things and theories, but with the MCU, you can't really do that. It's like, oh, Endgame, what's going to happen? Oh, they're probably going to go back in time and reverse things. Episode 9, what's going to happen? Well, let me tell you the shit I read in this novel. Man, I'm telling you right now that she's a clone. You know, you can get in... You can have like a conversation for hours about something so small with Star Wars where you can't really do that with the MCU.
I agree. The lore of Star Wars is so thick, and you can go back and say like, "Oh, what if this happened?" And it could lead into a really great conversation. Like, I'm always talking about Qui-Gon. Like, what if Qui-Gon lived, or what did Qui-Gon do? You know, because he's my favorite Jedi.
That's why I tell people when I went to Star Wars Celebration in 2017, we had to sleep in this giant auditorium on hard floors for 24 hours to get into the episode 8 panel, and it was the greatest day of my life. It was the greatest day of my life. Star Wars Celebration was the greatest time of my life because I was there with people I don't even know, people from UK, people from Canada, people from all over the world, and we never met each other. And I remember my wife was sleeping on the ground, Adam was sleeping on the ground, and me and like 20 other people were in a circle, and we were just throwing out Snoke theories. And everybody that was in that conversation, we all read the same books, the same comics. So when you reference something like that, you don't have to explain it. You're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And then they'll throw this out. And you could talk for hours on the littlest thing. You can't do that with the MCU. You can't. You know, it's like what's gonna happen in Endgame? Well, you know what's gonna happen in Endgame. There's really no intrigue on that. You know, and another thing that hurts the MCU compared to Star Wars is the comics for Marvel is separate than the Marvel movies. What happens in the Marvel comics don't happen in the Marvel movies. Whereas Star Wars, the books are connected to the movies. So I can learn new things every day. I can read the comics and get new lore. I can watch the shows and get new lore. But Marvel, the movies are the movies, the comics are the comics. So, yeah, it's really kind of hard to build intrigue for that. You know what I mean? Do I like Jar Jar? Yes. I don't hate him. Do I remember a single thing about Solo? Yeah, I remember, unfortunately, the entire thing.
I remember, dude, when you told me I think it was Solo. You said you had drove up to the theater, which is like 30 minutes away from where you live. You drove all the way up there to watch Solo. You sat in your car and you pondered, do I really want to watch Solo?
I did, dude.
Drove back home.
It would have been my third time seeing it. I saw it on opening night. I saw it one more time. And then it was like 2 weeks went by and I haven't seen it. I'm like, man, I think I want to give this movie another shot. So I drove all the way to the theater, which was like 25, 30 minutes away. And I pulled into the parking lot and I just sat there for like 5 or 10 minutes. I'm like, do I want to fucking sit through this? Because there is like one part in the movie I really like. I really like when Lando and Han were gambling against each other because it was the first thing that felt like Star Wars in that movie. It was like, I really felt like it was Lando and Han. The rest of the movie just felt like a Star Trek episode or something. And I was like, do I really want to sit through almost 3 hours for that one scene? And I sat there, I thought about it, and then I started my car up and left. I got home, I was like, I thought you were going to see Solo. I'm like, yeah, I thought about it. And don't get me wrong, man. Don't get me wrong, Demonic. There's a lot of people that like that movie. A lot of people like that. It just didn't hit with me personally, man. It's like, you know, I don't need to know how Han Solo got his last name. I don't need to know how Han Solo got his gun, how he got his Wookiee, how he got his ship. Like, I don't need to know how Han Solo got everything all in 1 week. Everything that's important to Han, he got within the weekend. It's like, I don't need to know that. It's like, what's your name? Han. What's your last name? Who's your people? I don't have people. And then the Imperial Guard's like, Han Solo. I'm like, really? That's how he gets his fucking last name? I'm like, really, man? Fucking a 5-year-old can come up with that in creative writing. Ah, Jesus. Benicio was the worst part of the film? What were we going to say?
I was just going to say, to me, Han Solo, I never cared for. Not even in the original trilogy.
I agree with you. I
just don't get it. I just don't get why people like him.
Yeah, a lot of people in their 40s will say Han is their favorite character. Not me, man. I never really liked Luke all that much either, but in the original trilogy, that's who I liked the most was Luke.
Same here.
It's like I care more about Jedis. I care less about smuggling and like, you know, like, oh, he's in a Millennium Falcon. Fuck off, dude. It's like I don't care about Han Solo. You know,
but you care if the Millennium Falcon gets destroyed in episode 5.
I love the Millennium Falcon. But hold on, I'm gonna talk about this guy, James Osborne, right here. Benicio was the worst part of the film, dude. That is fucking bullshit. He is one of this is where I go back to saying Episode 8 is smarter than people give it credit for. Benicio del Toro's character was brilliant. It was brilliant. You know, he sat there and showed Finn, look, you know, you guys want to talk about good guys, bad guys? They're all the same, bro. These people are selling to the bad and the good. Like you want to say good and bad? That's all made up words. You know, but his character was awesome, man. Awesome. I don't know why everybody gives him so much backlash. I love this character. Do you think Clone Wars will show how Maul came to power over the Underworld organization? Yeah. Well, I think at the time when it premieres, I think he's already gonna be in power because he's dressed just like he is in Solo. So, I think Maul's already gonna be in power. It's gonna basically be if you ever read the Ahsoka novel, it's gonna end the way the Ahsoka novel began. So that's what I think is gonna happen there. Certain vids, right? In 10 years or so, will you consider the MCU the new Star Wars? Because a lot of people will have grown up. I already consider the MCU the new Star Wars. Like, it is clear that people care more about the MCU right now than Star Wars. The problem is, and I'm not debating that, I'm just saying that Star Wars is more interesting. Well, like, you can't sit there and have a whole conversation about Thanos. I can have a whole conversation about Palpatine. I mean, that's true, though. I mean, like, can you sit there and go, well, who's Thanos? What's his motive? Where's he coming from? Why is Thanos, like, is Thanos going to get resurrected? No. It's like Palpatine. You can go on for years talking about Palpatine. I
also want to say that I don't think in a few years that phase 1 of the MCU is going to be, it's not going to age well, and people, when they go back and watch it, they're not going to remember it as greatly as they did. That's just what I think.
And I could be wrong on this. I could be wrong, but I honestly think that this is just a phase, you know? And eventually this phase will die out at some point. Not everything lasts. That's just my thoughts, though. So back to these lightsaber colors.
I want to know, the people in your comments, do they still like go back and watch Iron Man 1, 2, 3, and Thor 1 and 2?
I don't know.
The only ones that I ever thought was good was Captain America 1 and 2.
I just watched Winter Soldier last week. I love that movie still.
That one, yeah, that one's still
I
good.
rewatched Iron Man 2 weeks ago, and I started rewatching some of these old movies to get ready for Endgame. And I remember hating Iron Man 2 when it came out. It didn't bother me that much this time. I think because all the Easter eggs they put in that movie to build up the world. I think now, since the world is established, you can go back and look at it and be like, oh, okay, this all makes sense now. Where before it just kind of felt like a hot mess. I haven't went back and watched Iron Man 1. I didn't think Captain America 1 was all that great. I thought it was good.
It was okay.
Yeah, but I felt it was kind of a little boring every now and then. I thought Captain America 2 was much better. I thought Thor 1 was pretty good. Thor 2 was trash. Yeah, so actually, I think Civil War is overrated there, Walter. Civil War kind of overrated, man. Let's be honest. The end of that movie didn't make sense. His whole plan, the German guy's whole plan, Zemo's whole plan, was to have Iron Man and Captain America be in the room at the same exact time, so he can show them a videotape of Tony's parents getting killed by Bucky. What would have happened if Tony never showed up? Just saying. What happens if Tony never showed up? Who would he show the videotape to? How would his plan go in motion? Doesn't make any sense. His plan required knowing the future. So, yeah. Dragon Phoenix writes, Star Wars 8 was a good movie, but it left a good amount of plot holes and left me more confused, or left us more confused, a.k.a. who the hell is Snoke? Sorry to disagree with you, Dragon Phoenix, but there are no plot holes in that movie.
I don't remember any plot holes either.
If you want to message me what the plot holes are, I can tell you and explain it to you right here, right now, in front of the whole world, because there are no plot holes. If you look up the definition of plot holes is anything that happens inside the movie that contradicts something that was already set up. Nothing in that movie contradicted anything that was already set up. So that's not a plot hole. There might be things that weren't answered. That's unanswered story beats. That's not a plot hole. And
a lot of people will tell you that Snoke was killed off for a reason because he wasn't the point of the movies.
No, exactly. But I love how people were like, Snoke died. That's a huge plot hole. How's a character dying a plot hole? How does that contradict anything? You know, how's a character dying a plot hole? Now, if Snoke had one hand in Force Awakens, and then in the next movie he has two hands and a head of hair, that's a plot hole because he's completely contradicting what we know Snoke to be in the first movie. You know, if Snoke was a good guy in Force Awakens and he's a bad guy, and that's a plot hole. That's the definition of plot hole. Something that contradicts something. For instance, in the Ghostbusters reboot, the 2016 movie, they established in the movie that the proton beams cannot kill ghosts. It can only hold them and capture them. Yet at the end of the movie, they're killing tons of ghosts with the proton beams. That's a plot hole. It contradicts what they set up earlier in the movie. There's nothing inside Last Jedi that is a plot hole. Nothing. I had people come up to me personally at work and said, there's plot holes in this movie. I'm like, you name me a fucking plot hole, son. And then when they name it, I'm like, that's not a plot hole, jackass. So, yeah. So anybody that wants to throw a plot hole, I open challenge to every motherfucker watching this stream. You tell me what a plot hole. Start naming fucking plot hole. I got all fucking night. I'll go grab my Last Jedi encyclopedia. And believe me, I got one. But that kills me more than anything. Plot hole. Plot hole.
I noticed a lot of people in your chat are saying that they liked Rogue One a lot.
I love Rogue One.
I like it a lot too, but am I the only one who feels that movie doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie?
No,
I
actually think it feels more of a Star Wars movie than any of the other ones. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Complete opposite to me. I don't know.
Well, like you can watch that and watch Episode 4 back to back, and it feels like a giant 4-hour movie.
I don't know, man. It's just, it feels too different. Like the characters, I mean, yes, it does make sense. It does go along with the story, but it's like if I was watching that, if that was on the TV and then I was to ask like, what is this? And someone were to say, this is Star Wars. I'd be like, what? This is Star Wars?
Well, it looks cleaner because, you know, of the technology of what we film the stuff on. But I mean, you look at, like, it felt like Star Wars when they were on Yavin, and, you know, they went, like, the whole battle scene at the end was amazing. And like Danny just said, Vader in Rogue One was awesome, dude. Like, I still go back and watch that scene. Like, Vader just goes ham on all those motherfuckers. I don't know. I just feel like it was the closest to the OG Star Wars than the other movies. How come no one's posting any plot holes?
They're just saying it has bad editing.
What has bad editing?
The Last Jedi.
Oh no! You can't use bad editing. The Last Jedi has
I don't get it. Bad editing would mean like the scenes don't connect.
Yeah. How's it bad editing? It's edited perfectly. What do you mean bad editing?
Like Batman versus Superman had bad editing when it first came out.
That was the definition of bad editing. I want to hear these plot holes, people. Come on. You want to make points? Come on, let's make points. Like Michael Keaton said in the first Batman movie, you want to get crazy? Come on, let's get crazy. Would you ever debate Geeks and Gamers on Star Wars Episode 8? Absolutely. I turned down no challenge. You go get Jeremy with his other videos and bring him on over. I'll debate him. And I will debate him as long as the conversation is civil. If we're not sitting here making fun of each other, calling each other dumb shits or whatever, and we have a one-on-one civil conversation, we agree to disagree, but hear each other's points out, that is fine. That's what I'm fine. The Last Jedi, bad editing in the throne fight scene.
I don't quite get that one.
How, man? Do you know what the definition of bad editing is?
It flowed well.
Yeah. Bad editing, like, for instance, in Justice League, when the characters are going to revive Superman and it's nighttime, and then when Superman gets revived and they go outside and it's daytime, that's bad editing. Okay? Bad editing, I think people confuse plot holes with plot, what's that word say? Dude, I'm fucking illiterate. What does that fucking mean? With plot what?
I think he means contradictions. I don't know.
Well, contradictions are plot holes and nitpicks. Yeah, I agree. When people don't like something, they like to throw out the word plot hole because they think it makes them sound smart, and it's not true whatsoever. If you don't know what a plot hole is, then you just come off as more of a fucking idiot. So, The Last Jedi, no problem. Walter, you're not hitting me with no bad editing, son. I do not see.
I think he means choreography. I don't know.
That throne scene was legit. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Was I mad how they killed Snoke? I thought it was fucking genius. I thought it was fucking genius. Now, see, hold on. Before I get to the whole Snoke thing, Stephen Meadowslayer says a lot of people say that prequels have plot holes. I can kind of see where they are coming from. For instance, in Return of the Jedi, Leia says she remembers her mother. Clearly, in the prequels, that ain't true. So that is a plot hole. That's a contradiction. How does R2 not remember anything when he didn't get his mind wiped? That's a contradiction. You know, that's really the only two I could come off the top of my head with. I'm pretty sure there's more. But that's sort of what a plot hole is. So, yeah. But, no, I'm not mad the way they killed Snoke. I thought it was fucking genius. It was fucking genius. Kylo Ren outsmarted his ass. Convenience?
Convenience? What?
I guess that's what the word means. It means convenience.
Oh.
Why would I get mad the way... Were you mad that they killed Snoke? I wasn't mad that they killed Snoke.
So is the guy trying to say that there was too many like conveniences in the plot?
Probably.
Because isn't that kind of what the Force is supposed to be? It's supposed to be like an excuse to have these conveniences.
Yeah, well, I mean, you could use that excuse for any movie. Like, oh, here comes Endgame. Isn't it convenient they can go in the quantum realm and reverse things? And it's like, oh, you want to eliminate half the universe? Isn't it convenient that you can snap? You know, so you can say anything is convenient in any movie. You know, like, oh, isn't it convenient the mother box resurrected Superman? You know,
Yeah, I'm just saying that in Star Wars, like they made like convenience an actual plot point. It's the Force.
Yeah. I talked about the whole Forbes thing yesterday. I'm not going to get back into that today. Man, I wish people were going to ask me about plot holes, man. They brought it up and they I was ready, man. No, the original trilogy will never be released. Never. Give it up, guys. Give it up. George Lucas said that's not his true vision. Give it up. Well, Rian Johnson tweeted that Snoke was going to be darker than Palpatine. Did you ever think that Rian Johnson maybe lied to you? People take what directors and stuff
say. Can't take everything as fact. Like, sometimes they like to mess with people.
Yeah, their job is to promote their movie. So if I was going to go up to Rian Johnson and say, hey, yo, Ryan, is Snoke stronger and more powerful than Palpatine? Why would he say no? He's trying to promote his movie. He'd be like, yeah, Palpatine is stronger. He's way stronger. So then you go into episode 8 going, oh, Snoke's a little bitch. Rian Johnson said in an interview, Snoke's a bitch. You know, it's called promoting your fucking film, dude. And like the Russo brothers do it all the time with the MCU movies.
For some reason, Andrew really wants to know if you'd rather have a purple lightsaber or Anakin's lightsaber.
I don't want no purple lightsaber. I hate purple lightsaber. I think the purple lightsaber is fucking stupid. Okay? I don't want to have to look like it's going to... I just don't like it, okay? Do you think Palpatine will bring Snoke back? Is that possible? Why would he bring Snoke back? Snoke has no bearings whatsoever to come back. Snoke's story is over with, man. Snoke's story is over with. I don't think we're going to see Snoke back. No one wants Snoke. Like, who wants Snoke back anyway?
Yeah, but knowing that J.J. Abrams is undoing everything that Rian Johnson did, you don't think they're going to bring Snoke back?
I think they'll...
Just knowing that?
I don't think they'll bring him back, but I think they will touch upon why Snoke was there in the first place and what his part played into the story. I think they'll bring that, but I don't think he's coming back because what's the point of bringing him back when Palpatine's going to be the big bad, so you can't have a second bad. So yeah, they're going to mention it on because Palpatine in the books they said Palpatine kept getting this feeling of something in the unknown reaches, and everybody keeps thinking that was Snoke. He was feeling the presence of. And I think Snoke might have a plan in bringing Palpatine back. And I think they're going to touch on that, but they're not going to bring Snoke back. then you're just really gonna kind of convolute it for no reason. Snoke is toast, is what he says. Snoke is a fat in the wind, whatever that means, man.
A fart in the wind.
Oh, fart in the wind, man. Con Wu writes at Rob, gotta be up in 4 hours. The actors from The Warrior play Namor I was talking about, and Joe Tasman. Looking, yeah, I'm all right, man. Peace. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap this.
You sound so tired already.
Yeah, well, we've been on for an hour and a half now, so I was just waiting for plot holes, but Danny Graham, you're like the only one writing questions, bro. I'm asking because Palpatine seems to always have a plan for a plan. He seems 3 steps ahead.
That's his power in the Force.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think he's gonna bring back Snoke. It's like, why would
I think he's talking about the convenience thing.
Oh, maybe. Do you think Rotten Tomatoes will get rid of the audience reviews since it's easy to review bomb? Well, I heard Rotten Tomatoes is gonna do like they're gonna check up your. You have to send a picture of your stub to prove that you've seen the movie. Did you see Daisy really rejected Reylo stuff? Yes, I thought it was glorious. I don't know why people get so hoffed up about Reylo. I think that's the stupidest fucking thing ever.
Andrew, we answered your question like 5 minutes ago. Were you not listening?
He's still on Mark Ruffalo's ass.
No, he just asked about the lightsaber again.
Yeah, and look down. He's like, Mark Ruffalo is more funny. It's like, dude, you're like all over the map. You're like a fucking rabbit. But
oh, that is the dumbest theory I've ever heard.
What?
S. Rose says, "Are you buying into the theory that the Jedi will now be called Skywalkers?"
I swear to God, I swear to God, if I am sitting in that theater and they're like, from now on, Jedi will be known as Skywalkers, I will get up, go, fuck you, and I will walk out of that fucking theater. That is the dumbest.
And then they give everyone Luke's lightsaber.
Yeah. From now on, everybody uses this type of lightsaber. It's like, it is the dumbest fucking thing ever. I remember last 2 years ago when Episode 8 trailer came out, and it said The Last Jedi, and everybody's like, "Oh, that means there's not gonna be any more Jedi. There's gonna be something new." It's like Jedi is gonna be technical based now. They're gonna be technologically, like, go back and watch Jeremy John's videos. It's like, yeah, there ain't gonna be no more Jedi. They're all gonna be like tech based now. No more Sith, no more Jedi. And now this comes out, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Jedi's gonna be called Skywalker." That is fucking stupid. Stupid. It's like, hey, I'm a Skywalker. It's like, dude, you sound like a jackass even saying that. You're a Skywalker. Like,
oh man,
dude, just give me gray or white Jedis at that point. Don't give me Skywalker. Like, you can't even make that sound cool. You're like in a fucking cantina. You go up to a chick and be like, "Hey, yo, you, what's up? I'm a Skywalker." Dude, she will laugh at you and go over with a fucking Dungar or something, man. It's like, it doesn't even. Oh my God, I swear to God, I did that with Spider-Man: Homecoming when she's like, my friends call me MJ. I was like, "Fuck you!" Got up, left the movie, right? I swear to God, if I'm sitting there and Ray's like, from now on, we are all known as Skywalkers, I will fucking, I don't even know what I would do. I would like revolt and have everybody like follow me. That is the dumbest fucking thing. There's no way you can make that even sound cool.
Oh God, Rob, I just love to imagine if they did that. Gave everyone Luke's lightsaber and blew up the Millennium Falcon.
Dude, they blew up the Millennium Falcon, dude. I was watching Collider, and Christian, or they asked Christian, like, "Do you think they're gonna kill Billy D. Williams?" And then, like, I don't think they can, because if they kill Lando, then it just looks like they have a vendetta against the old characters. Because, like, they just kill the old characters for no reason. Like, they just don't give a fuck.
And they killed, I can't remember his name, but they killed that one guy, like, off screen, didn't they?
Akbar?
Yes, Akbar.
Dude, I am still pissed off about that. That is the one thing that I am still pissed off about Last Jedi. Like, Akbar was my favorite character. Now, the voice actor died in real life, so I kind of use that as, well, they probably just did that just so to pay respect to the voice actor, you know? But, like, I always felt like Holdo's character should have been Akbar. If you wanted to kill Akbar, that's fine. But you should have had Akbar going out like a boss, you know, running that ship right into the other ship, you know? But no, they had him die off screen. And then she didn't even care. She's like, Akbar, yeah, he's dead. Leia, she's in a coma, you know, because she's Mary Poppins. Just, man. Yeah, Leia's going to survive. They can't kill a character who died in real life, because then that just looks really bad. It's like,
Honestly, guys, I kind of hate Leia. I think she's the most pointless character out of the whole series.
I like her in the books, like the expanded stuff, but like I'm not a big Carrie Fisher fan. So, like, I mean, you look at Natalie Portman, you look at Carrie Fisher, like, which one are you gonna masturbate to? You know what I mean? I just like I don't look at Carrie Fisher. Like, I remember being a kid watching Star Wars. I'm like, man, dude, she's fucking hot. No, I never felt that way ever toward Princess Leia. But man, Episode 1 came out. Even with that makeup on, I wanted to hit me some Natalie Portman. Yes, I don't get the whole Princess Leia thing. Yeah, Jar Jar's still alive. You don't know what they did to that poor man. It's sad, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what?
So 2 years ago, Chuck Wendig finished his trilogy. Empire's End was the last book in his trilogy, and the way he does it, I love the way he does it. Is he has chapters, but sometimes in between the chapters, he does these interludes where he talks about characters in other places that's not connected to the story. And he had an interlude with Jar Jar, and dude, I remember actually tearing up on this because they made Jar Jar basically this homeless clown on Naboo where people just come and throw stuff at him and make fun of him because the Gungans threw him out for basically blaming him for the Empire rising because, you know, he was the one that gave Palpatine the power. And this little kid comes up to him and he's talking to Jar Jar, and you don't know he's Jar Jar right away. And then he's like, you know, Misa, do this. And this kid's like, what happened? And he's like, yeah, Misa got blamed for this. And it just talks about how people come by and they just throw trash at him, make fun of him. And he's just sort of like this homeless clown on Naboo that's in the middle of the streets doing that. And it's actually kind of sad. And then if you listen to the audio book, it's even worse because they get the voice actor who plays Jar Jar to come back and do it. And it's really kind of sad what they do to that poor guy. But yeah, unfortunately, he's still alive. No, I didn't read the original Timothy Zahn books, but I have read his new stuff that's canon. Jar Jar will become a Skywalker.
Someone is saying Slave Leia was all right. I did not even want to look at her in that dress at all.
That's the one rare time where I can somewhat tolerate her, but I still don't feel anything. Darth Binks. You know that poor actor, he tried to commit suicide several times. Do you think that once he saw how well the Jango Fett clones were, did Palpatine have himself cloned? Look, there's a good chance Palpatine cloned himself. I'm not saying that's out of the realm of possibility. You know, I don't know what he has in his observatories. We see the destruction of the Death Star that looks like it has to be on Endor, one of Endor's moons. So I don't know what's going to happen. I honestly don't. We're all going to have to sit and wait and find out for ourselves. I don't buy Rey's a clone thing. I think if we find out Rey's a clone and the Jedi are called Skywalkers, I think those are the two things that's just going to piss me off in the movie. Luke wasn't wasted in The Last Jedi. No, Luke wasn't wasted in The Last Jedi. Who's the twinkle-toed cocksucker that said that?
Luke had a really awesome scene at the end.
Luke was better in the last. Luke had more character development in Last Jedi than he did in the entire trilogy, the original
Dude,
trilogy.
like I was just thinking about this earlier. I didn't want to say anything, but man, if you really think about it, Luke and all the other characters, they're very two-dimensional in
They
those original
are.
movies.
It's like, oh hey, I'm the hero. I want to look out into space and be more with my life. So then he goes up and destroys the Death Star. People want to talk about Rey being a Mary Sue. This motherfucker destroyed a Death Star. His first time flying an X-wing, but Rey's a Mary Sue. Um, you know, I think Khan had some character development. I think Leia was pretty much the same character all through all three movies. Um, I think Vader had character development. Luke was pretty much the same character though. Luke was just like, stupid kid with his fucking like eyes to the sky shit, and then, he's like, I refuse to fight my dad because I love him. Yeah, just people bash the new trilogy and they refuse to look at the flaws of the original.
And how long did Luke train with Yoda?
I think it was like a week.
And didn't Yoda say, I taught you everything I know? There's nothing left to learn in a fucking week.
Did Yoda say that though?
I think he did. Doesn't he?
I don't know. I haven't watched
Like right
Empire in a
before he
while.
died. I'm pretty sure he said that.
I would have to go back and watch it. I haven't watched Empire. I think he said that in Return of the Jedi before he died. Because I think Luke went back and was like, I still need to learn so much. And then I think Yoda said like something like, I have nothing left to teach you.
Yeah. It was that.
Storm is losing credibility with the Luke is a Mary Sue thing. Oh, I'm losing credibility because I'm pointing out facts. You sweet and sour chicken ass motherfuckers want to come out here and go, Ray's a Mary Sue. But when I flip it on your fucking asses and I flip it on your asses and I point out facts, you guys want to go, oh, you're losing credibility. Well, if you think that, you can go sit on a fucking donkey dick, motherfucker.
Oh, you know what? I was gonna mention to you the other day because I never really thought about it or connected it, but you did say that in the Last Jedi, Rey didn't seem to grow much in that movie.
Yeah.
And I went back and started thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, it is pretty true.
Because Rey is pretty much the same character at the beginning of the movie as the end of the movie. Because look, Rey goes to Luke. She has questions and she needs answers. She at the end of the movie, she has the same questions and no answers. It's like she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know where she belongs in this. She needs a teacher. She doesn't get a teacher. She tries to go revive Kylo, and that's it. She goes and she fails. She didn't learn anything. She other than she failed, which I guess if you go by what Yoda says, failure is the greatest teacher of all. But she's still the same character as she was in the beginning of the movie. There was no character development for her. Finn had more character development. I thought Finn, Poe, and Kylo were the three. Kylo had the most by far. Kylo is like the best thing in the entire trilogy. I love Kylo. But yeah, Rey, this like you go back and watch it, man. It's the same thing, man.
My problem with Rey, honestly, I think she's kind of boring for being a lead character. I think they should have done more with her.
I don't think she was boring. I think they misused her in The Last Jedi. I could go back and watch Force Awakens. I don't think she was boring at all. I thought she was like, she was like in the beginning, she's like this bright, hopeful young girl, and then she goes on for this ride, and you kind of see her dark moments and stuff where she wants to belong. I think that's why Force Awakens I love so much. But Last Jedi, it was like, I think they centered more around Luke and Kylo in that movie. I think that was clearly a Kylo Luke movie, and they just didn't know what to do with Rey because Rey didn't learn anything new. I mean, basically they just gave her a stack of books and said, there you go, learn between movies. But yeah, they didn't really do anything with none of the main characters. None of them. Think about it, bro. Like, Luke and Kylo were the only ones that got character development, really.
Yeah, you're definitely right.
I still love the movie because like I said, I think Luke got more character development in that movie than he did through the entire original trilogy. But what's the name of the lead character in Rogue One? Uh, um, oh my god, I should know this. Jen Erso. Jen Erso, and Reed Rebel Rising is really good.
This guy is saying Luke died with his tail between his legs. What?
Ha.
How?
Who's the twin cocksucker that said that?
Kavari.
Kavari. Oh, hey guys, you see this guy Kavari? The Kavari. This is the definition of a dumb motherfucker. Everybody, this is the definition of a dumb motherfucker. Luke died with his tail between his legs. This is a guy who has serious mental problems that probably has sex with his cousin or sister. Luke shows more force strength than any Jedi that we have ever seen. He is so strong in the Force that he can project himself across the entire galaxy, confronts Kylo and the entire First Order, and then he passes away. And he did that. He basically did. Okay, would you say Obi-Wan died with his legs between, or tail between his legs? Would you say Obi-Wan did that? Because Obi-Wan allowed Vader to kill him so the others can escape. Luke did that so the fucking Resistance can escape out the back. That's why when Kylo found out, and he found out he was a hologram, he quickly looked back at the door like, fuck, I've been fucking with Luke this entire time while he was distracting me so the Resistance can get out. Even Poe was like, no, he's doing this for a reason. He's doing this so we can escape. Basically, Luke did what Obi-Wan did, but he did it from across the fucking galaxy, guys. How the fuck is that a fucking dude with his fucking tail between his legs? You are nothing but a fucking cousin humper. That's right, Clarissa. Fucking cousin humper over here. Fucking hump your cousin, motherfucker. Motherfucker says Kavari is Jimmy. That's right, man. Fucking cousin humping motherfucker. Jesus.
It amazes me endlessly how much people don't seem to pick up on what is really obvious in these movies.
Yeah, it's funny because I talked to a couple people and I'm like, well, what don't you like about the movie? And they're like, Luke didn't do anything. I'm like, did we see the same movie? Like, Luke did a lot. Like, a lot. Like, because Kylo even sets it up in the beginning of the movie. When he sees Rey's projection for the first time, he's like, how you doing this? He's like, you can't be doing this. The strength will kill you, or the energy would kill you, or whatever, you know. And so that kind of sets up the fact that it takes a lot of energy in order to do that, which eventually kills Luke at the end. And he dies in front of the twin sons the way we see him for the first time in A New Hope. You people are fucking stupid. I don't get your problem with the damn shit, man. So Luke brought it full circle with that Obi-Wan move. Basically, like, Yoda talked him into it, being like, hey, look, you know, your friends need your help, you know? And Luke's like, all right, fucking, and he fucking force projects himself over there, and he buys everybody time to escape, you know? I see our boy hasn't wrote back no more. He's probably humping his cousin or something now. I know, your name's Clarissa. I said you're a she. But by the way, there's a difference between a movie that sets up questions for you. Perfect example is Exception, and a movie that requires reading a book. What do you think requires reading a book? If you need information from a book, it should have been in the film. I don't know what she means. Apparently, she's talking to somebody
replying
else.
to someone.
Yeah. If you were Kevin Feige's position in Star Wars in the organization, what would be your story direction? More Jedi or more Sith? More both. I want more Jedi and Sith. That wasn't Luke. It was Loki.
Oh, here's a plot hole guys talking about.
Okay, read it for me. Read it for me.
The map plot hole in The Last Jedi. Luke created the map in The Force Awakens just to say, how did you find me in The Last Jedi? I know you've explained this before.
I explained this a million times. Hey, Elrod, that's not a fucking plot hole. When did it ever, first of all, when did it ever say that Luke created that map? Okay, you just wrote Luke created the map in Force Awakens. When did it ever say Luke created the map? All right? Hit me back with that. One. Point number one, that debunks your whole question because it never stated Luke created a map. Two, never once did Luke say he hid the map. Okay? Three, it's Luke was hunting treasure, you dumb fucks. Han Solo said it. Luke was going around looking for the first Jedi temple. Him and Lord Santeca were going around the galaxy looking for Jedi artifacts. So common fucking sense was he had a fucking map to where these places were. So then, after Kylo ran off with half his students, Mark Hamill, or Luke Skywalker rather, said, man, fuck this, I'm going, fuck the Jedi, Jedi need to end. And then he took the map and he took a piece off so no one would fucking find him. And then he gave the piece to Lord Santeca, probably to say, hey, look, I'm splitting, but if you happen to ever need me, here's an emergency, you know? And then the other part has R2, and then R2 shut down. Okay, so one, Luke never created a fucking map. Secondly, never once did he create the map and say, I don't want to be found, but here, I'm making a map to show you where I'm at. That's not a plot hole, you dumb motherfucker. I completely debunked your entire fucking comment on just saying that alone. You're about as dumb as Kavari. Motherfucker's like, Luke created a map. He didn't create the map. Jesus, who the fuck said that? Lord, I noticed he hasn't come up with anything slick to say since then. Twinkle toe fucking cocksuckers. Luke created a map, but he didn't want to be found. He was fucking looking for Jedi artifacts.
Do you want me to read the next thing Kavari said?
Yeah, sure.
He says, I wanted a big epic fight between Smoke and Luke.
Oh, dude, if you wanted a big epic fight between Smoke and Luke, you have to wait for the next Mortal Kombat game, my friend. There is no Smoke in Star Wars. I mean, technically, Snoke's guts were smoked after Kylo got done with it. But, yeah, man, I'm sorry if you had expectations that weren't met. Newsflash to you. The director doesn't have the job to fulfill everybody's expectations. It's the filmmaker's job to make the movie, okay? I'm sorry if the filmmaker doesn't have a list saying, oh, I'm sorry, Kavari wants this. We got to put this in the fucking movie. I'm fucking sorry that the world doesn't evolve around you, Kavari. Oh, what's the matter, Elrod? Are you guys LOL? You ain't got nothing? I completely turned down your entire fucking plot hole thing. You ain't got nothing smart to say, though, huh? All right, I think we're going to start wrapping this up. It's been almost 2 hours. I still got 100 pages to read. 100 pages to read. On Star Wars plot hole. The Jedi uses the clones, but they realize they never gave the order to make the clones.
What?
That's completely false too, man.
If you watched episode 2, they say that it was made by what was his name? Jedi Master
Cypher Diaz.
Yes.
Jedi Cypher Diaz he put in the order for the clone army, and then he died shortly after that. Where's there a plot hole? Seems pretty self-explanatory. Cypher Diaz did it, and then he died. How's that a plot hole? You guys really do not understand plot holes. All right, so I'm going to call it a night. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for coming to Robert's Class 101 Plot Holes. In the next episode, I will explain how Luke's lightsaber really doesn't mean shit. Was it?
And Jedis are not going to be called Skywalkers.
And Jedis would not be called Skywalkers. Otherwise, I will fucking slice my throat. So, anyway, guys, thanks for all the super chats. I appreciate it. Yes, and thank you. Clone Wars also explains it, so thank you. So until next time, guys, as always, Robert Storms, that's my